Alright, guys, what is going on? Oh, another set of patch notes. Another set of disappointment. Alright, let's get right into it. So, game should be up in about 3 hours from now. I say 3 hours from now, sorry. About 45 minutes from now. It was like 4 hours total. So I'm gonna try to get this up before then. But yeah, bunch of issues fixed. I don't think any of these are like super relevant. Game updates, okay? Early access season 6.9 season has begun. I know I said season twice. All character levels, items, stashes, inventory, and reward tokens, karma, quest, and affinity have been reset. Receive a special welcome delivery pack from the expressman when you log in. There better be a goddamn gold chest in there. Anyways, SSF mode will be in action for the first 2 weeks of the mini season. The marketplace and trading post opens on September 9th, 2025. We have drastically reduced the cost to unlock additional stashes to accommodate this change. W. The normal dungeons have been changed to solo, duo, and trio. You can now select from all map locales. Good. I said this a long time ago. The high roller dungeons have been changed to a random dungeon pool. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. This means no longer can you choose the dungeon you want to queue up in, but at the same time, no longer is everyone restricted into into certain dungeons. I think a lot of people have kind of suggested this for a while. I don't know how it's going to go down. I will say this: there is going to be some level of frustration when you get certain maps you don't want to play. Excuse me. Like let's say sorry, my mic. Let's say you get ice caves. Most people hate ice caves. I hate ice caves. If I spawn in and I see ice caves, I'm gonna find the nearest boat and I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna queue back up. And that's just probably gonna be the thing for I say the vast majority of players because the vast majority of players hate that map, right? And if you get the same map multiple times in a row and when you don't want it, it's gonna be kind of annoying, but it just is what it is. Like I think if it's the same logic behind whenever the boss had a rotation in Hell and you were trying to get one specific boss and you just kept getting this like the wrong one over and over and over, it's gonna be very similar to that. What I will say though, however, is this is probably gonna be really good to prevent like sniping and stuff. Because if it's a random dungeon pool, that's just it's a what like it's they have to get in your game and they have to get like instead of it just being they're queuing the same map as you at the same time, it's they're queuing at the same time as you, but it's three different maps you could choose from, that sort of thing. Special keys, mystical gems, frozen iron key, golden key, old rusty key, and skull key can only be used inside dungeons during the session they are found. Special keys will disappear upon escape or death. Okay, this is great. Fantastic. This is a change people have been requesting for a very, very long time. Um, for those of you who don't know, the entire market of Dark and Darker has been based around these keys right here for like a very, very long time. They've just been like the de facto gold value holder. There was one time where they weren't, and I'm not saying this is gonna fix every issue because it won't. Because with this being gone, they'll move on to something else. Like later, here in a minute, you're gonna see they added back in unique rarity gems. Unique rarity gems are gonna become the gold holder again, right? It's just there's always gonna be something, whether it's like that or a gold chest or whatever. There will be some item. But the good part about this is keys are no longer that item, which means they can now be used. That means they will be used, and the more keys are being used, the more artifacts are being found. Right? And this is the drop rate for special keys has been significantly improved and will now drop from specific sub bosses and boss monsters. Special lock rooms have been added to both adventure mode and normal mode. This means artifacts are going to be way more common, which means the price of them will be lowered, which means more people get to use them. You fight them more often. Fun, fun times. Uh, other that I mean, cool. Like this is just solid change. W. The arena map pool has been updated with new maps. I'm sure they're terrible. Quest requirements and difficulty have been adjusted to match the shorter season. Good. Weekly sales for cosmetic items will be available during the shortened season. Don't care. The display time for the recent chat window has been increased from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. Don't care. Improved LOD for the low graphics setting. I don't know what LOD is. I'm not gonna lie. A new feature has been added that automatically displays the remaining maintenance time as a system message when maintenance begins. Poggies. Balance updates. Name tags for allies are now displayed in all dungeons and game modes. Thank God it's back. The spellcasting speed curve has been adjusted to become much flatter at the mid to upper end of the curve. This means you should get a lot less spellcasting speed on average. The action speed curve has been adjusted to give slightly more action speed in the beginning and give less in the mid to upper end of the curve. Cool. This is good. Because like to get like any meaningful amount of action speed, you had to build like, excuse me, like literally 40 plus decks. Like anything less than 40 felt like super lackluster. The maximum health curve has been adjusted to give less HP per vig/strength at the mid to upper end of the curve. The maximum health curve has been further adjusted to provide a static plus 15 health across all sections. So just to like, okay, I'm not sure. Like, this seems like it's supposed to be like its own point. Maybe they just forgot to do it. But so what this seems to mean, and because there could be like, I say seems to, like, it seems pretty obvious, but maybe they like are wording this incorrectly or their meaning is wrong. Is every class just got plus 15 HP base, but you get less HP for building it, like on the mid to upper end of the curve. And okay, the problem with this is outside of building health, you don't really have that many options to build tanky. So once you get to the point where you give a lot, where you get like a lot less HP per point of Vig and Strength. I mean, mainly just Vig. Strength doesn't give much health per point of Vig. You don't like it's just you don't really have anything left to do. It's like, oh, I just build damage now, or I build action speed, or whatever I build, right? And the thing is, the classes like Wizard or Warlock or Rogue or Ranger or Druid or Bard, maybe? I think Bard. Like, most of the squishy classes benefit more from this because the flat HP increase is great for them. Their problem was always their HP. And they are now the Vig, like the HP and, the Vig they were building is now giving them, it's not giving them more points per se, but everybody else that was building like specifically Vig is getting less. Right, like if that makes sense, like if you were gonna build the 30 Vig, like that hasn't been affected. You just come out at a net 50 plus 15 HP. If you were gonna build to 50 Vig, you are going to have less HP than you did before. Like, yes, you will have that plus 15, but overall, like, you don't really have anything else to build, right? It's like, yeah, you could build power, like strength, and for damage, or dex for action speed, or stuff like that, but it's just, eh. I'm sure you guys understand what I'm saying. The Barbarian's default vigor has been changed from 25 to 20. Good. Barbarian's OP. I mean, cool. I guess they're doing this so Barb doesn't start with 160 health again. Random modifiers have been updated to include a larger variety of possible stats. All primary modifiers for gear have been reduced by 1, starting from the uncommon grade. For example, uncommon grade cloth pants used to give plus 4 dexterity, but now they give plus 3. Primary attributes can no longer be enchanted via socketing gems. Since this means the diamond gem is no longer useful for socketing, players can exchange their diamond gems up to the treasure for an equivalent grade gem of their choice. That's pretty cool. So, random modifiers updated. This and the second one, these two right here, to me, this is just, they're just bringing back old. I would be very shocked if you don't load up and you see the same amount of stats that you used to. Max health on items. I don't know what else do they even remove? Buff and debuff duration, maybe. That sort of thing. Like I fully expect to load up and the game feels identical to how it did before the semi-wipe, before like the last one, not this one. That's what I expect from stats. Unique grade gems have been re-added to the loot pool. I mentioned that earlier. The rapier's base damage has been increased by 1. The void blade has been updated to add plus 2 true magical damage. I don't know if this is additional, like you have magical weapon damage and 2 true magical damage, or now you don't have magical weapon damage and instead you have 2 true magical damage. Don't know. The felling axe's weapon animation speed has been slightly reduced, and the plate boot's primary modifier has been changed from strength to vigor. I actually think this is a pretty good change. Plate boots genuinely are not bad right now. Crazy thing to say, but unironically, they are not bad. I actually don't know if this is a buff or a nerf. I think giving them Vig is fine. But I think the problem was your best option for strength boots now are heavy boots. It's heavy boots or dark leaves, and both of those are kind of lackluster. So chances are you probably just would never wear them. But plate boots getting Vig are pretty good. They're just tankier versions of ruggeds now, with only 2 less move speed. Because if those of you who don't know, plate boots have been buffed recently to have plus 4 move speed total instead of the 2 that they had before. So plate boots actually quite strong. Fighter, the duration of taunt has been reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. I don't know in what world Fighter catches a nerf, but who even cares, bro? Whatever. Warlock, the magic resistance of anti-magic has been changed from 15% to 20%. Once again, why? I don't like. Can I get an explanation for this one? Like I'm kind of curious. They already had like 50% MR. You want them to have 55? Like, did they really need this? I don't think so. Druid. The damage of the bear's swipe attack has reduced from 32 to 29. The damage of the bear's bash attack has reduced from 46 to 43. The animation has been slowed down and a 2-hit sequence has been added, and the recovery delay has been increased for the panther's scratch attack. Um, so okay, I'm assuming this is for the panther scratch attack. So the thing about this is, right? Okay, let me finish this off. The damage of Panther's scratch attack has increased from 16 to 21, and the damage of Panther's neck bite attack has increased from 18 to 23. Excuse me, my nose is stuffy. I mean, is it always for some reason? Okay, so this is interesting. A 2-hit sequence. Okay, if they mean a mandatory 2-hit sequence, which I don't think they do, well, maybe they do, but if they do, then this is a ginormous nerf to Panther. But if they just mean like it's just a hit chain now where you can do like a 1-2 attack rather than just you do the same attack over and over, then I don't know. You'll have to see the attack to decide. But overall, I don't like. Okay, I will say this: I don't think nerfing Bear is justification for buffing Panther. I don't. I don't care that they buff Panther because this doesn't affect me because I play fighter. But all the squishy classes out there probably just screamed like ah. And the thing is, okay, if you look at the actual numbers here, the nerf to Bear is nowhere close to the buff that Panther got. Right? Like this is almost a 30% damage increase across like for both of these, whereas this is like 10%. Right? Like they got like this is less than 10%. This is like what like an 8 this is like an 8% nerf for almost a 30% buff. Right? I don't know. That doesn't seem logical to me. What do I know though? SDF plays Druid. That's what I know. But yeah. And the recovery delays would increase your Panther scratch attack. Cool. I doubt these matter. Sorcerer. The duration of Mud Shield has been increased from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. The duration of Wall of Fire has been reduced from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. The magical damage bonus per stack of Mana Flow has been changed from 10% to 5%. This is a good change. Time Distortion has been updated as follows. Applies a magic damage bonus of minus 25%. Move speed modifier has been changed from 1% to 3%. It now removes only a single stack instead of clearing all stacks. Lightning Bolt attribute bonus ratio has been changed from 1.0 to 0.5. I'll be honest with you, I don't have any clue what Time Distortion was before. They've changed this so many times, I don't know what it looks like. What I will say is it is criminal that this is the only barb nerf we got in this whole thing. Crazy that's it. Absolutely bonkers. But yeah. And then lastly, down here, what is this? This is just the this is what they said about the thing. Oh, the ranked rewards, ranked starts immediately. That's cool. Oh, wow. Wait, hold on. I actually didn't read that. Whoa. A new arena mini season with a new map pool will run every weekend until the end of the mini season. Equipment will be limited to rare grade gear for this mini season to encourage. Oh, wow. So you're only going to be able to use up to blue items in arena. That's interesting, actually. That is like actually pretty interesting. Huh. That should be cool. Triumph loads have been reset. Poggies. Don't know what this is. And then yeah. Cool. I don't think it matters. And then lastly, down here, they are adding in controller support. I will be honest with you. This, to me, means they are likely trying to get Dark and Darker on console. I think it's a great idea. I think if Dark and Darker comes to console, it would have like 1,000,000 players because it has nothing to compete with. So, yeah. Overall, that's it. The game goes up in about 30 minutes. This video should be up before then. And if you're watching it and you finish it, then I'll be live. Catch y'all later. Peace, peace.